I can describe an experience that is not unlike that level.
Let's
of confusion.
hear it.
What's your experience?
I went to an arcade and I played a lot of games, and some of those games included School of Ragnarok, which
Wow, I've never heard of that.
we've talked about it on the podcast. It's a Square Enix 3D looking game. Camera behind you. You play as a student and you pick your stands, and then you and your stand go to battle with another kid in their stand. And you kind of have a little character customizer right there on the arcade machine. And it's the weirdest button layout you have ever seen. And I really want to find a picture of this to do it justice, because
I'm trying to find it right now.
you have never like Bariki 1 looks fucking normal compared to the School of Ragnarok button layout.
Yeah, that's was at an arcade I went to, but I didn't touch it. I was like, what the hell is this?
So Bariki 1 had like the stick was how you attacked and the buttons were how you moved type thing. And what you
Wow!
did you find a picture of it?
Hell yeah, I did.
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
If there's a way I can show this to Matt, or you can pass it over
I'll
here.
just pass my phone over there.
Let me see quick.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's what I saw. So at the arcade I went to, there's a big sticker on this thing that says the most popular arcade game in Japan. I don't know if that's true. That seems like a lie.
That doesn't seem like a truth at all.
Why is it modeled after a fucking Xbox original controller with a black and a white button and another white button?
It is. There's.
Don't worry about that.
And a J button.
It's trying so hard to be.
It's like an arrow pointing to
different
something.
and original, and I feel like they just went over the top with their attempts at like, you've never played a game like this before. Blast processing, giant glowing pachinko buttons.
Well, what I can
like.
So my first thought here is there's a big. It is
School of Ragnarok is what I'm talking
it is
about.
It is clearly meant to follow the curve of your right hand, so you can have all 5 fingers on 5 buttons.
Yeah,
and then
I
you
could
move
see
your
that.
index. You move your.
Guess what? That doesn't
That would
work.
hurt my fucking
It
fingers.
doesn't.
I'm already-
It's not natural. So the shape of the buttons is there are 6 buttons in total, and they're forming an arrow shape, right?
Pointing to the top left.
It's almost like a flock of geese.
Yeah.
Flying.
Yeah, or like a triangle with no bottom.
Flying towards your 11 o'clock. And it is weird because they're not like 3 and 3 as much as it's 4 and then 2 going down. And then there's a 7th black button. That's to
the forbidden button.
That's to the 7 o'clock of the southmost button. And then way over on the right, you've got 2 giant glowing pachinko buttons that you also have to press from time to time. And movement in this game and attacking and such is based on combinations.
So it's a
of these
9-button
things.
game, essentially.
It's fucking garbage, dude. The game sucks. Because of all those buttons, guess what? One of them is an attack button.
What are the others?
Like charge and jump and block.
Oh, that's just because you're getting in on a basic level. Once
and
you get
shot.
Once you start playing a fucking top tier pro level, all that shit matters.
9 buttons in a 3D like fighter type game,
So
and only one is an attack
this be a thing
button.
where you have like a few buttons and doing combinations with the joystick would
No,
then
because
result in these
because
moves?
it's 3D, so you're running around on a 3D plane with that stick. Movement options
This
are
seems
relative.
like it's a game that was designed for consoles.
Also, it's like the poke and field mode switch system, where when you get in close, it switches to like 2D side by side, and then you run out and it goes back to the 3D field view. So you can't really have like quarter circles or any sorts of motions.
Okay.
You have to press all of the buttons to unlock your sort of
but
special
I don't want to
launcher.
press all of
And
them.
I'm looking at my hand trying to figure out the shape I have to make.
I legitimately, like, if you have to hit all 6 of those, I don't think my tiny bitch hand could actually hit all of them.
I basically, I had to turn. I did like a karate chop on one side and then press the 2 bottom buttons.
It's fucking Street Fighter
and then
1
you're
with the pressure
controlling it
pads.
with your elbow.
It was just,
stick?
it was. Oof.
What a great game!
So again, this is School of Ragnarok, and here's the thing: is like it looks like you have all these options and customization, and it looks like there's a lot going on. It was very, of course, I was trying to like fight through a super Japanese everything,
Yeah.
but when you get down to it, the game loads up, and like I said, you have one slash button, one projectile shot button, and one jump and a block, and then two that didn't seem to do things. And it was just the most basic combat for a game that should have
a million
tons of options in this regard. And then you hit all the buttons, and then the anime music starts playing, and then your stand goes through a portal and fuses onto you, and you become like
cool.
you together. You fight.
Are the designs cool?
The designs are anime. You know, some
I
of
looked
them,
at some
some are
screenshots. It
cool,
looked
some are
pretty
not.
anime.
But but it's because they're spreading it out. So they're making it so that there's one design you would find cool.
Okay.
But there's another design that is for someone else.
I see.
And you're not going to
Captor Sakura.
exactly. And then there's your big demon thing that's for you. And then there's
When
your,
am I going to be
your
Sakura
Moiru Gut Sky.
I want to be able to walk into a goddamn
Sailor
Japanese
Mars.
arcade and bet money on Salty Bet. When is that going to happen?
Yeah, that needs to
man.
be in an arcade machine.
Well,
Like, get that horse
Elect
racing shit.
Elect
out of
Bite-
there.
yeah.
Electbite needs
Dude.
to get their cut first of all.
Dude, that's what I will have in my bar. I'll open up one day.
Salty betting.
No fucking sports.
The most
Salty
copyright
bet on.
annihilating sport betting ever.
Yep.
No, you. It's fun dollars. You bet.
And what you do
Not real
is when
legal
you
tender.
when you bet tiny metal balls on the Salty Bet thing, and then you just happen to own the convenience store next door that for some reason trades you money or items for the tiny metal balls.
Tiny balls.
And when you open it up, you call it a salt book.
Mm,
Right?
let me take a look at the salt book.
The salt book. Like, yeah, there's a salt book over that way.
Oh man!
It's like a sports book, but it's not.
Good.
Anyway, so
And you can automate the process. If someone can't pay their tiny little metal ball bet on time, there's a machine that they put their legs into that breaks it for you.
oh, you have to put your leg in.
You have to put in it.
Got it.
though. It's
Got
up
it.
to
Got
you.
it.
It's self-serve.
So anyway, yeah, that game was boring and disappointing, and that sucked.